welcome to Fitness and Personal Training with Olga. This section of the Pilates class is on the floor. We're going to do back exercises and then some abdominal exercises, Pilates obviously, and then we'll do the stretch sequence for closing afterwards. So to get you down onto the floor again, just going to roll down to a couple of position. So just draw the core nice and tight, gently come on down into that box position. So we just finished off with a little bit of glute training in the last section. So if you just want more floor-based work, it's here. So I'm going to take the leg back and just lift up how you feel about that. It's up to you. You can keep your toe down. Now draw the core tight to keep your stability because you're just on 2 points here. Then I'm going to change over, hands underneath shoulder, knee back underneath your hip, change over. Keep the spine nice and long and try to keep the hip facing downwards. There's a tendency for people to let their hip roll out towards the ceiling when this exercise is performed. So just try and keep nice and square on with your hips to the mat. And squeeze your bum and thighs, draw in through that core, and not forgetting that wide lateral thoracic breath. So feel that deep breath. Big inhale, and then exhale back down, keeping the core connection. So you're therefore keeping your stability, especially as you're changing over. So the changeover is part of the challenge. Nice and long through the spine. Come on back, hand underneath shoulder, knee underneath hip. And last time, so wide lateral thoracic breath to inhale. And then exhale and really to that 30% with the pelvic floor and the transverse abdominis. So that's your Pilates swim up. Now if you need to modify that, say like your knees, if the padding doesn't work for you, you can do your swimmer this way. So you can take that wide lateral breath in and then exhale down. And again, so wide lateral breath in and then exhale down. Nice long spine and keep the head in line with the spine, just take it with you. Big inhale, exhale down. So you're squeezing into your bum and thighs, but I'm not lifting the leg too high. The hips are constantly stuck on the mat. Exhale down. So you're inhaling up, wide lateral thoracic breath. Exhale down. Last time, wide lateral breath in. And then exhale down. So that is working your postural muscles of your back. So we're going to come back into a swan now. So with your swan, you can just do your swan dive. Keep the elbow in line with the shoulder on both sides, and then you're just coming up and lightly on the floor pressing. So that's a little bit of mobility there again for your spine. And then if you want the strength, just lift up through the fingers and the hands. So you can do one mobility, or you can just stick to mobility, and then one strength. So do about 8, and then have a rest. And if you want to progress that, you can do another 8. Otherwise, you can go on to your level 2. Big inhale up, exhale, lengthen, draw on back, and then exhale down. So it's a 4-part movement. Big inhale up, exhale and lengthen. Big inhale, and then exhale and lower down. So you can mix and match that in. So if that's too much, come back to a mobility and a strength. Then if you want the challenge again, the strength. If you want to add on the challenge, lengthen. Big inhale back, and then exhale down. Really lift the belly away from the mat and draw in through the pelvic floor as well. So in that position, you're not forgetting where you are. So now I'm going to take it around into the front of the mat so you can see me. So we just did 2 back exercises there to save a bit of time. If you just want to do one of those and then mix and match it in, if you feel two back exercises are too much for you, because we had the swan dive and we had the Pilates swimmer first and then the swan dive. Now I'm going to teach you this rolling back. So a ball or a block or something is good here to help you to keep your feet hip distance apart. Find the length through the upper part of your body and just gently, lightly hold onto the backs of the thighs. So this time we're going to roll the spine back. We're going to work through the abs now. So working the core through the front. So we're going to just gently roll back. So it's like I'm just slouching, but not really, because then we're coming back up. So this is the most important part, is to come back up. Because when you're doing this, you're mobilizing your back again. But then the further you go back, the more you're working into your core. So you're pulling in through your pelvic floor and your transverse abdominis. I'm keeping hold here and then gently back up. So if that was too much for you in one movement, just carry on with these smaller ones until you feel a little bit more confident. So I'm going to roll back again, so I'm gently coming back. There. And then gently back up. So big exhale on the way. Back. Big inhale on the way back and big exhale on the way up. So I've just shuffled down. You might want to check that as well if you do go back any further. And now, as you can see, my feet are completely off the mat. Because actually, if you have your foot half on and half off, it just affects the balance a little bit. It's tiny little points that make all the difference at the end. So you're going to find that length through the back and then just roll again. So now I'm getting a little bit more confident. The main thing is that you don't let the front leg, the legs at the front come off as you're coming back, because you're going to keep that core fighting against that. So you've got that core, you've offset that core there. So you're feeling the power of those deep internal core, the pelvic floor, and you're pulling in with your transverse abdominis. Exhale. So you find this length here. It's really important to come back up and draw the shoulders back and down and have that soft V in between the shoulder blades. So this is your start position, position A. So you've got a nice long spine. Position B is where you've rolled into the mobility exercise. So again, it's like a row of beads. This time you're trying to roll them back towards the ground more and more. So I'm still holding on. So if you want to make that a little bit harder, you let go. So this is harder now, so it's like you've kind of let go of the banister. Good. And then rolling back up on the exhale. Good. So again, you find that length. So it's like I've got a broomstick there, nice and long, for the wide lateral thoracic breath. So I'm going to inhale. And you're still holding the core on that inhale, but you keep core connection more on the exhale, because your brain kind of wants to exhale and let everything go. That's where we start to become more mindful about how we're breathing. So we're taking the breath in and then holding the core and exhaling and keep holding onto the core. So it's important to keep that hold there for an extra bit until you come back up. So reset. There we go. Connect the core, so you need it as you roll back. So if you can go all the way back to the floor, that's really good. There, so I'm going to take the hands with me. And then to come back up, try to keep the feet on the floor. So if your feet come off, that's fine, but next time, keep them down and keep in the range of movement where you can control the movement and the feet are on the floor. So you can have them there. That's it. So I'm squeezing a little bit because I'm getting a little in the inside thigh. It's holding on more through the pelvic floor. So the ball or a block or a towel is good to help you to keep hip distance. So you can find the length here, that's your advanced. And again, you're going to come back up. So I'm going to find that V-stick position. And then to finish, I'm going to exhale and just roll forwards and get a nice stretch through the back and the hamstrings. So I'm pointing the toe up, so getting a nice stretch through the calf as well. And you're making sure that we're not pressing the knees into the ground. They're soft here, but we're lengthening through the heel. Feel the breath come and go. And just chill that one out. So just chill, So if you want to roll back with me to come to the ground to do some exercise, next time we'll do some with a ball as well. So I'm just going to let that ball go for now. Actually put it there because it's a nice little prop. And then I'm going to come on back again. Or you can come to the side like this and roll back if that's not a very good way for you to do it. So I'm going to come on back, or if you got to there and you think, yeah, I want to see how it feels, you can come on back. So I'm hoping that you can see me okay here. So I've got a nice long spine. You can find your neutral here again. Again, step forward, step back. It's quite good mobility as well. Just so it's smaller and smaller, and that is your neutral there. Also, you might need something, towel there, to keep your head in line with your spine. So just relax the shoulder blades down, and I'm going to just show you your first abdominal exercise. So I'm going to just take your breath in, big inhale into a half tabletop, and then exhale into that core again. So wide lateral thoracic pressure, inhale, and then exhale down. So I'm going to show you the next level. So we're going to take your breath in, big inhale, lift, exhale and lengthen away. Big inhale, and then exhale down. Keep that transversals in the pelvic floor locked on. So breath in, exhale, wide lateral thoracic breath. Exhaling, inhale, and then exhale. So it's your single leg stretch, A and B. Now to do your harder option for your single leg stretch, come on up to a full tabletop. You really need to contract that core tight. This might not be for you, so stick to A and B if you get any sharp pain. Big inhale up, knees above hips, so your lower legs are parallel, so it's like a tabletop here. There. Big inhale, so we're going to exhale and lengthen away, and then come back in. And here we go, so exhale away, and inhale back in. Try to keep in your tabletop, it takes quite a lot of control. So that's your advanced option, and this is another add-on for your advanced option. And exhale back. So inhale, exhale, sorry. Inhale, exhale back. So breathing out, and then breathing in. So you can really feel that core connection, so it's really drawing down to the mat and pulling in through that center. So I'm going to exhale away. If at any time the neck gets tired, you can just relax it back onto the ground or onto the mat, onto your pillow. Exhale away. And inhale back. Yeah, that's the one. So it's an exhale away. And an inhale back. There we go. Exhale, right leg down, one leg down, exhale, other leg down. So now to compensate for that, I'm just going to bring you into a bridge. So I'm going to bring the heels up more towards the butt. Try and reach towards the heels more. So I'm going to just gently, like we're mobilizing again, so I'm lifting up the pelvis slightly and then rolling back down. So if you find again that range in your back and it's a no-no, just stick to a comfortable range. If you want to come up a little bit more, you can into the ski slope position. Squeeze your bottom thighs, relax your shoulder blades down. Gently roll the spine down, vertebra by vertebra, back to that row of beads. Slowly coming back down. So you can do that a couple of times and see how you go. So just make sure that position is there, so your heels are towards the fingertips. Press through the heels to get the engagement through the backs of the thighs and the glutes here. Big inhale. So you can lift up more and more as you feel that releasing and good for your spine. And then just gently roll back. So you're doing two things here. You're toning the backs of the thighs and the bum, and you're mobilizing, remobilizing your back. So again, come on up, squeeze your bum thighs. So you can stick to this one, or if you want to take this a little bit further, you can just lift up into your harder bridge position. So knee to knee, and then point the toe. So drawing a big line on the ceiling, keep squeezing the bum and thigh here. Exhale. And inhale. Big inhale, exhale down. If you need to roll back down in between, that's great. Otherwise, come on up. I just did 2 on each side to begin with. You can just build that up on each side as you're getting stronger and stronger. And squeeze your bum and thighs. And point that toe. Bend into the knee. And just gently roll down vertebra by vertebra. Slowly come on down. Super job. Now I'm just going to open up the hands. And I'm just going to let the knees just fall to one side, so it's stretching through the back. Just take it to a comfortable range. Now, if you feel that's too easy for you, come on up to your tabletop. Exhale into the first leg. Big inhale. Exhale into the second leg. And just gently roll over onto the other side. So just releasing through the back. Big inhale. Slowly coming back round. The other side. Just stretching the back out here in between. A nice little release. Come on back. And then switch over. Come on back. So exhale right leg down. Exhale left leg down. And find the length through your spine. So we did your single leg stretch. Now we're going to go for a scissors, which I'll build up with this position like we did for the single leg stretch. So if you find that too easy again, come up to your tabletop, contract through the core to keep your back safe. And then with your scissors, you can do it this way. So it's a one-time movement. And then to there if you want it a little bit harder. Someone said to me once in one of my Pilates classes that they found this quite tough because of bending the knee. They had a knee problem, and I've had my fair share of those now. And you can stick to this one, but just put the head down because it is quite advanced as well. So if you just want to do a few of those, big exhale, and then back to the knee folds if you find that too tough. So do about 8, maybe relax, have another 8. Exhale down, chill out. Now here in between you could put in maybe another shoulder bridge if you wanted to. So you could put a shoulder bridge in and just stick to maybe 2 or 3 tilts. Big inhale. Now this time I'm not going to do anything with the legs. Just going to lift the arms back. And putting the arms back down to the ground. It's just gently rolling back down again, vertebra by vertebra. So if you need to do a couple of these in between your abdominal exercises, a good way to do a release of just do a pelvic tilt if you don't want to take it all the way up. Good. Optional with the hands. Big inhale. Wide lateral thoracic brace. Feel the rib cage expand and the shoulder blades expand alongside the mat. So I'm going to slowly, big inhale, exhale, back down. And gently roll vertebra by vertebra. Just feel that goodness of the mobility in your back as you're doing these exercises. So you're going to come up to your 100 now. So you're going to lift up the one leg. And then exhale back down. And you'll perform it like this, and you can swap over maybe on one side. But before we go to the full 100, let's just have a few roll-ups, see how you feel about this. So we're going to roll up and then back down, because you need to kind of have this roll-up. You can put like a support there behind the neck if you need to, but not using it as in an advanced way. So how did that feel? If that felt okay, I'm just going to do the easier Pilates 100 and then just roll up there. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to flip the hands over. Just helps you maybe to keep count. 5, 6, 7, 8. Thinking, oh, that's too easy. Lift up. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So find that length. if you want it harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3. So really building up the core strength, and also in the lumbar spine. So you're building that strength. There, heels together. If you want it a little bit harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2. And then you can slow it down, the counts, to make it harder. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. So we do 10, and then 10 to the Pilates 100. Exhale, right leg down. Exhale, left leg down. So if you want to put another bridge in here, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to take it into a knee fold. Inhale and exhale. So now I'm going to go here and then exhale. Just adding a few fitness ones to Pilates base. Good. Now again, if you find that easy, come on up into tabletop. There. So now you're elongating this way, breathing out. So now you're including the upper abs as well. Breathing out your obliques. Exhale and exhale. Exhale. Chin away from chest, and then maybe adding a few of the scissors. Relax the head and neck in between. Your chance to just put the head down, especially if you're not used to it, and you get neck, and you get that side neck pain. Just put the head and neck down. There. Breathing out. Out. So then if you want to leave that out, you can do it that way. Just bring it back to this. You want to add on there. Breathing out. Exhale through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Exhale through the mouth. Chill out. Back to your tabletop. Exhale, right leg down. Exhale, left leg down. So we're going to come on up. So you can roll to the side and push yourself up. Like this. If you don't want to roll up. So I'm up now, so I might as well stay here. So draw the heels in and relax the knees away. Good. So for new or you're tight in the inside thighs, keep the heels away from the body, otherwise start to draw them in. Big inhale and exhale. Chilling out. I'm going to just draw one leg behind. So I'm more into a modified pigeon pose. So I'm going to draw that leg in and then lengthen out. So it's a half one. And then roll the hips there. So just bring in some stretches into. So you're feeling this through the outside thigh and a little bit stretching the hip here. Exhale. So I'm just going to place the hand in the centre of the body. This is an option. Just breathe away. So it's twisting. Exhale and chill. So just gently come onto the other side. So all I'm doing is swapping. So I'm laying both knees to the other direction. So you can stay in position A with the knees bent. Position B a little bit more length so you get more stretch here. And your full pigeon is here. So your hips are perpendicular to the floor. The first time I did this it felt very, very odd. So sorry to be facing away from you, so I'm going to just find that breath quickly. Big inhale, wide lateral breath, and exhale back down. And then in your own time, just come back to that centre. And I'm going to come back to your inside thigh stretch here. So you're going to find the breath and the length in the upper body, and then elongate the thighs away. There we go. And find length in the inside thigh. If it's too tight, come back to the feet together or chill out. So anytime you feel the muscle tensing too much or shaking, just ease off. Big wide breath and always stretch when you're warm. So you're going to take the hand and exhale away. So I'm keeping the other hand there, or you can have it on the floor and then just chill out. So find that wide lateral thoracic breath and exhale over. So you're finding that length through the internal and external obliques. Just relaxing the head and neck away and back to the centre. And then slowly coming forward. So again, if it's too tight there, come back up. Slowly come on down more and more and more. So again, just hold the position there for a few seconds. It's a mild tension, it's called a developmental stretch. So it's longer than 30 seconds. So the tension should ease off or dissipate. And once that happens, you can take it to the next level where you find a new point of tension. So you have that new point of tension, looking forward as well, because I'm aware of looking at you guys in the camera. And again, just feel that mild tension. It should be a tough one, just a mild tension. If it eases away, take a deep breath in and just lower down. And we have good days, bad days, depending what you've done. If you've been doing lots of running and you haven't done enough stretching, or you're doing weightlifting or bodybuilding and you're tight, and these exercises are new to you, just do them slowly. And it takes time for your brain to adapt to trying to work the smaller muscles, your postural muscles, rather than the bigger global muscles. Because everything comes together into a big mixing pot called your fitness. So I'm drawing the legs back over. So again, my feet are hip distance. Wide lateral breath, and I'm just going to tip over into the saw there. So just big inhale. Wide lateral breath. Exhale. Come again. Big inhale. Wide lateral breath. Feel it wind the hands. Draw into the core. Don't let go. Exhale. Should be doing the core through the whole day. Should be having some kind of core switched on through the whole day, apart from when we go to bed, we're lying flat. And exhale. And back up. And then just chill for a moment. Now I'm going to bring it back down to the ground. So you can roll down, or you can go back down that way, the way I came up. So I'm going to gently just roll back to the ground. Slowly coming back to the ground. So I'm going to take the leg up and hold the stretch again for a hamstring stretch. So I'm just holding the stretch there. So try to lengthen more and more of your hamstring. So if you start off bent, that's okay. So we're going to lengthen more and more as you do more and more stretching exercises. So just flare the elbows out, just have a bit of control. If you want to elongate the second leg, you can. If it's too much, keep it bent. If you're used to these kind of exercises, you want a challenge, just 1 or 2 centimetres off the floor with the leg on the ground, and then you can just draw. So feel that in the back of the knee, pressing the heel away to really engage. Just gently roll back down, foot back down, bending to the knee, slot back down, swap side. So we're going to find the length, okay? If this is your good point, if you're here, that's okay. Just more and more, you want to get a little bit more stretching happening through the back of the knee, especially if you have a job sitting down for long periods in the day. These tend to get shorter as you are working. So these are excellent to find that relief for your legs and your back. So nice deep breath in, so you can elongate away if you want. You can lift up 1 or 2 centimetres. There. Exhale away. So you feel a more intensive stretch when you push your heel towards the ceiling. We can all do more stretching always, bending to the knee, and it is one of your 5 main components of fitness, and one that people tend to kind of sort of miss out a little bit. So you just take the legs to one side and just hold. Make sure the back shoulder is down, so you're having a true twist in your body, and then slowly come back to the other side. Oh, just feel that lovely, beautiful release. Head and eyes away from the knees. Just let the shoulder blades both touch into the mat, and that you're equal. Come back. Big inhale. I'm going to just take the leg over. This one is a good one to do. So position A, beginners. If you want that a little bit tougher, draw the leg, hand between the gap, the little triangular gap or rectangular, and hold on to the back thigh. There. Just feel the stretch through the glutes and the outside thigh. So you can find the length there, and then bring it back and hold that. Exhale down. Switching over leg. So slowly coming over, so you can hold this position. That's it. Glutes, a little bit on the hip, hand between, comes round, links up. There we go. Nice stretch through the outside thigh. And you can find a little bit more length here. And exhale, drawing in. Exhale down. Exhale down. So you can roll up or go to the side. I'm going to roll up now. Find that energy. Just feel the breath come and go and chill out. And good job, everybody. And see you next time on Fitness and Personal Training with Olga.